He's moving on. Rod Sellers back in the lineup after his one-game suspension. Chris Smith misses, but Sellers gets the board, goes up, and lays it up and in between four Buckeyes. Connecticut 9 offensive boards, 14 points in the first half. Jimmy Jackson missing the slam there. Then the jumper from the wing, he misses that. Jim Jackson again, this is a three-pointer. It's not going in. He missed his first 9 from the field. Buckeyes were down by 12. Lawrence Funderburk, though, backdoor cut, gets the lob, and then cutting the passing lanes. Donyell Marshall has no one to give the ball to, and it will force the turnover. They just slip it back in, 5-second count right there. Then a 15-2 run. Nice play by Jim Jackson, just rolls it in there. 31-30 lead. Calhoun was down at halftime. Chris Jent with a long three. Jent once again gets open and knocks down another three. Jim Jackson, he's open, a three. This is the way it went in the second half. The Buckeyes finally miss, but Jamal Brown is there, up, and tips this one in. Scotty Burrell can see the season slipping away. The Buckeyes trying to end it in style. Kevin Ollie with the miss. Then Mark Baker starts the break to Lawrence Funderburk, to Jim Jackson, knocks it down, and the Buckeyes have the 78-55 win. Ohio State outscoring Connecticut 47-25 in the size, and Wimp was ready to go with his usual attire. Robert Horry nails Montross with the elbow. Looked like an accident. Montross was okay. And then Darby Rich goes flying into the Alabama bench trying to save the ball. Bodies flying everywhere. Wimp takes control early. Cedric Moore misses. James Robinson down the lane. He gets it, and the Plaid band strikes it up. Then Hubert Davis, nice move on the baseline. He had 16. Flips it up, and it goes in. And the Carolina band answers back. Time running out in the first half. Davis misses the three, but George Lynch steps back and throws this one up. It goes in. Tar Heels by 6 at halftime. Second half, more luck? Well, maybe. Eric Montross is triple team. Somehow he escapes, gets the ball up and in. Montross with 12 points. The Tide rolling back. Brian Race rejected by Robert Horry. Alabama on the break. James Robinson will finally be the man to finish after the end of this as he knocks in the three. And Robinson again, another three. Robinson once again for three. 22 points for Robinson. Alabama within 6, a minute to go. But Eric Montross finds George Lynch all alone, and he gets the easy deuce. Carolina bench celebrates as Wimp Sanderson is not going to the Sweet 16 earlier this year in February. So they wanted the rematch. Anthony Hardaway on display. Nice pass to Ernest Smith. He lays it in. But turnovers would hurt Memphis State. 28-23. Todd Day with a great save to Lee Mayberry. He leans in and scores. Arkansas was up 8 at halftime. On the break, Hardaway misses the jumper. No one's back to defend. And Oliver Miller is down there alone for the dunk. Darrell Hawkins playing well off the bench. 2 of his 19. Takes it in, and he's fouled. And Larry Finch thought he was in trouble, but things would turn him.
Yes, they turned big because Todd Day picks up his 5th foul on the diaper dandy, David Bourne. 7 minutes left in the game and has to go out, and that was big.
Memphis State down 1. Billy Smith with the three. It's good. They have their first lead. Arkansas counters. Oliver Miller turns around. You leave him open. He says, I can hit that. 1:50 to go. Kenny Hardaway fouls out. Lee Mayberry attacks to the hole and gets this one to drop to tie the game at 78. But David Vaughn misses this jumper with time running down on the shot clock, but he follows his own rebound. Nobody blocks him out, and he scores. So one last chance for Arkansas.
Oh, I've been there before. I see Nolan watching here because it's going to come down to the one shot. 5.8, Lee Mayberry playing for the last one. He pulls up. Ooh, that's an NBA three. It doesn't go, John.
And as a result, for the second time this season, Memphis State knocks off Arkansas. Todd Day's tremendous career with the Razorbacks comes to a close as well as he heads to the next level. David Vaughn at the buzzer. Travis Best with the three-pointer. Tech by 3. Then Best finds John Berry, who had a terrific game. He hits the 3. Tech by 6. The outside game working. They go inside as well, Dick.
They go high-low. They get it to Newbell down to Mackey. Mackey with the jam, baby.
All right, tough first half for Harold Miner. John Berry comes up with the steal. Takes it away from Miner. and then finds Mackey all alone, who jams it down. Trojans come back, though. Dwayne Hackett, he hits a three. Hackett once again spots up, all alone, hits another three. Just about the same spot, knocks it in again. He had 4 in the half. Second half, Harold Miner starts to get it going. Harold Miner between the legs and knocks in a three. Then Rodney Chapman finds Lorenzo Orr on the lob, and the Trojans have a 9-point lead. George Raveling wants more. Bobby Cremens wants less, obviously, but transition looked good for USC.
No question about that. Watch it right here. Dwayne Cooper, he's looking up. He's saying, go, go to Harold Miner. Great. Oh, nice touch pass. Mark Boyd for 2.
But Tech comes back again. Harold Miner is rejected by Matt Geiger. And John Barry to Travis Best floats this one in. Tech by 2. Then working the ball around. Barry again. This time hits the three-pointer falling away. Tech by 5, but USC does come back. Harold Miner, once again, who else do you go to but the junior? Down the lane, spins, hangs, knocks it down, ties the game. 76-76, time is running down. Rodney Chapman hits this shot with 2 seconds left. 78-76 is the score. Now, there's less than a second left on the clock. Matt Geiger to James Forrest. And he wins it. Guys, how can that happen?
Unbelievable, baby. Unbelievable. They're celebrating. Jubilation. Take another look again. Oh, baby. TT time. Trifecta time. Look at it, hugging one another. Where's Cremens? He's under the pile? Oh, broken heart. What a great year for Southern Cal, John. What a great year they had.
It was a terrific game. Turnover early. Not a good sign for Iowa. Duke's quick start, Brian Davis. What a first half he had. Hits the three, and Davis again knocks down a three. Davis 17 points in the first half. Christian Laettner, tough as usual all day. Inside traffic, goes up for the ball, spins one way, looks the other way, and knocks it in. Then Laettner knocking off 3 Hawkeyes, gets to the basket and the foul. Tom Davis says, we got to stop giving the guy 2 chances at it. Both teams combining for 18 blocks. Turkey Park's there. Bobby Hurley then feeding Grant Hill. Duke up 48-24 at halftime. But in the second half, Laettner blocking A.C. Earl. Duke going the other way. Bobby Hurley at the end as he gets the feed from Davis. Gives it right back to Davis. He scores. Then Hurley watches the bullet pass into Grant Hill, up and down. A.C. Earl turns his back, and Hurley finds Grant Hill. That's how we would get free there. Now, Iowa makes the move. A.C. Earl, one of his 8 blocks on the day. Val Barnes finds Rodell Davis. He would score. And Iowa's starting the comeback. Then Bobby Hurley, with a bad pass, just tosses it out of bounds. Val Barnes knocks down a 3. Hawkeyes on a 14-0 run. Tom Davis says we're getting back in this one. Val Barnes again steals the pass, misses the layup, but Wade looking bell scores on the reverse. It's an 8-point game. But who do you go to? But Christian Laettner again, up and in as he leans back to get fouled oh so nicely. And Duke wins this one, 70. Jake Carlissimo trying to get him going. And John Leahy, what a game he had. The 3-pointer there. Leahy once again from the top of the key. Knocks one down. The defense converges on Caver.
And don't let that guy alone. Leahy again. He just keeps doing it, John. 2 games. Leahy from everywhere.
Leahy this time decides to give it up to DeHare, who drives in and lays it in. He had 20 points in the game. Tigers down 7, but Anthony Peeler comes up with the steal, and you know what Peeler's going to do. He's got the left hand, and he jams it down. Caver this time, as PJ can only look on, loses the ball off his heel. Anthony Peeler once again takes it in, and it's showtime. More from Peeler in the second half, Dick.
Anthony Peeler was brilliant at the end, but really had a bad start. There he is, goes down the lane, and what a career he's had with the right hand.
Harry DeHare lobs this one to Brian Caver, who goes up the point guard, backdoor with the slam there. The Tigers trying to stay close in the game, but Anthony Peeler with the 3. The guy can do it inside and outside. He had 28. Pirates too tough. Terry DeHare, wraparound pass to Jerry Walker. The big guy off the glass and in, and Norm Stewart has seen enough. The season comes to an end. So let's get it together and let's get it on. Shaquille O'Neal, not so pleasant though. He rejects Allen Henderson. 5 blocks for Shaq in the game. Jamie Brandon drives, dishes to Shaq. Guess what? Then on the inbounds, Brandon again will find Shaq on the lob. Watch this. This was pretty, how he gets open and knocks it down. But Shaq got tired, and he asked to come out of the game. We saw that. And then, as a result, Indiana goes to work.
And they started with Eric Anderson for 3. And then he likes that spot. That's Alan Henderson with a jumper. And then from the other side, we got Anderson again.
Shaq was on the floor for all of those shots, but he had been tired earlier, and that's when Indiana started to get it going. A 14-2 run, up 7 at halftime, and Calvert Chaney goes right at him.
Chaney goes right at him, takes the ball to the goal, then he goes again. He says, come on, Shaq, try to get this. Shaq can't get it, and then he's going to go the third time. Look at him right here. Chaney, wow, acrobatic.
Shaquille wouldn't back down, though. Turnaround, and he's fouled. Shaq had his usual game. Again over Matt Nover. Bangs it in with the power. Again, inside. 2 more off the glass. Unstoppable. 27 points in the second half for Shaq. 36 overall. Calvert Chaney down the lane, leans in, gets the roll. 30 points as Indiana pulls away late. And Indiana pre-seed. Pat Kennedy needs Sam Cassell to carry the load. Off the Irvin Church miss. Cassell down with a rebound, and he's off and running. Finds Douglas Edwards. He jams it down. More Sam Cassell, who's from Baltimore. Watched Georgetown many years as a youngster. Pretty spin move there. And gets it to Brian Wells. He knocks it in. But what about Alonzo, Jim?
John, look at that. He got off the bus. He had 2 guys on him. I mean, double team. Great. The triple team. Look at the denial there. I mean, amazing that he was even able to get the ball. But what terrific game plan.
All right, so John Thompson pulls the offense out. Irvin Church hits the long 3-pointer. Then another NBA 3-pointer. Pat Kennedy is down 9 at halftime. Alonzo gets the offense going. First basket, start the second half, 11-point lead as he dunks it down. Then on the defense, he comes out and blocks Bob Sawyer, and he tells him he's going to block it before he puts it up. But maybe too aggressive here. They call the foul, and it was his 4th. I didn't see it. Sam Cassell to move under the basket for 2. Alonzo pulls back very wisely. Then Cassell with a tough turnaround. He hits this one. Cassell was taking control, and it's crunch time for John Thompson, and this is when Alonzo gets in foul trouble.
Well, the play of the game, Alonzo blocks a Dobart shot. And here he is. He's going to block another one, baby, but they get him for the 5th foul, and it's bye-bye, baby. There he goes again. Get it out of here. But they called the 5th on him.
All right. I don't know if you guys saw the foul now.
Corner, Roy Williams, the former Carolina assistant. Johnny Melvin to Roy Howard. And only 27 all at halftime. This is not what Roy Williams expected today. The Miners in the second half, an 8-point run. Eddie Rivera caps it with a jumper. The Jayhawks hang in there. Steve Woodbury hits a 3. And Kansas is only down by those 3 points. And the Bear begins to sense we big underdogs are in this thing for keeps. Inside a minute, UTEP only up by 3. Johnny Melvin. And the Miners by 5. Kansas another shot, but Woodbury stripped by Prince Stewart. Scramble for the ball. Roy Howard will hit to punctuate this victory. The Miners with the major upset. And for the Jayhawks who played in the final last year, bitter disappointment.
I'm proud of his team. I'm just like Coach, you know, what we accomplished. I'm just proud of the team.
They have a lot to.
Well, how would they fare today as they tried to squeeze everything they could out of this game? Just ask Mike Hopkins. Second half, UMass by 4. And on the run, Harper Williams, Jim McCoy to William Herndon. And Calipari's team up by 6. 40 seconds to go, UMass by 2. And Jim McCoy, the veteran, travels on the play. And the Orange will take over. Still hope. The Minutemen isn't slipping away. 23 seconds to go. Dave Johnson hit big shot after big shot after big shot. 26 points. We're tied at 64. Final seconds. They go to the senior, Jim McCoy. Couldn't get a good one off, and we went into overtime. In overtime, Lawrence Moten, who has been one of the bigger surprises in the Big East, knifing to the hole, gets the kiss off the glass. He had 19. Tied at 68. UMass up by 1. Harper Williams. Harper Williams, nothing but the bottom of the net. The game winner. And he said, never a doubt. Right, Harper?
Did you know it was good the minute it left your hand?
Yes, I did. All my shots are good. I think are good after they leave my hands.
Before you know it, I looked at his hand, then I turned and just looked at the bottom of the net, and that's where the ball fell. So I guess it was, just our luck today.
Williams finished with 18.6. Jamal Mashburn inside, 2 of his 27, but at the other end, Justice Thigpen. Thigpen hacked in the act, and it counts. Thigpen's backcourt mate, Ronnie Bayless, 2 of his 28. UK saying, we better tie up the shoelaces. We're in for an afternoon's work. UK up by 11 when Sean Woods finds Andre Riddick, and the converse will find Brad Pippett. Justice Thigpen. Good. Career high 32. Rick Pitino saying, wait a minute, it's getting hot in here. UK, would they hold on? Well, they went inside to the mash. That's all you needed. The kiss off the glass. And Iowa State goes home a loser, 106-98.
Remember, they had the slow start against Robert Morris today. They wanted to get out quickly, and they did against the Ville, thanks to Tracy Murray. Inside the arc and then outside the arc for a 3, and then inside the paint on the follow. And then Mitchell Butler gets it to Murray, who had 10 straight points, and it's 21-9 Bruins. It could be a long afternoon. It's Denny Crum's son. Cheer up. Louisville got within 4 in the second half, and then Gerald Madkins hits the 3, and then a free throw. A 9-2 run, an 11-point UCLA lead. Another end with a big day, Don McLean. 23 points, 10 boards, passing Sean Elliott for his mom as the all-time Pac-10 scoring leader. The Bruins win going away, 85-69. Mary Crawford, where he left off on Friday, he had 14 points. But the Ragin' Cajuns on the run. Michael Allen with the outlet to Todd Hill, looking for Byron Starks, and Southwest Louisiana up by 3 at halftime. Well, the Aggies give the Cajuns some of their own in the second half. Tony Moore with a miss. Crawford quickly turns this rebound into something, finding Cliff Reed on the alley-oop. With the Cajuns up 4, trying to work time off the clock, but Michael Allen will force up the bad shot. And as the Aggie bench nervously watches, Chris Hickman hit 8 straight free throws in the last 3 minutes, went 12 of 12 on the game. In fact, the Aggies as a team hit 6.
Trying to ride it into the Sweet 16, Corey Williams for 3. Good. OSU up by 7. Williams inside and outside. Act in the act. He finished with 27. The freshman, Bryant Reeves. The great touch pass to Byron Houston. Sutton's team shooting 77% in the first half. Tulane try to keep it close. David Whitmore follows up his miss. The Green Wave trailed by 6 at the break. Second half, OSU's shot selection clinic continued. Watch the great passing. Houston on the receiving end. He had 27. Sean Sutton, a play that would make Princeton coach Pete Carrill happy. The backdoor cut. Sutton finished with 18. It's been a great season for you guys, but the season is...
One of those freshmen, Chris Webber, just getting his way with Greg Dennis early on. The Buccaneers were no match. They were outmanned by Michigan after upsetting Arizona on Friday night. Michigan on the run. We talked about those breaks, and this was typical of the Michigan highlights this afternoon. They were up by 10 over Alan LaForce's Buccaneers early. Jawan Howard, another alley-oop to Chris Webber. One-handed jam, and the Wolverines are up by 20 at the half, and it was more Webber in the second. Just takes it to Dennis, draws the foul, finished with a career-high 30 points as Michigan wins.
Limited time today. Cincy in control, though. Anthony Buford was 3 for 4 on his threes. He had 21 points. The Bearcats by 17. Judd, the model of decorum. The Spartans come back, breaking the press. Chris Wyszynski to Dwight Stevens, and the Spartans only within 7 at halftime. Into the second half, Sean Respert, 4 for 6 on his threes, and it's only a 5-point Spartan deficit. Twice in the last 2 years, Cincy blew big leads and lost to the Spartans, but today, Michigan State could get no closer. Eric Martin gets inside and banks it softly off the glass, and inside 90 seconds. Look at this move by Anthony Buford to seal it. Great control. The Bearcats are going to the Sweet 16, 77.